As the little boy walked down the street, he came across a large dog, startling him. His immediate reaction was to yell, "Go away, you stupid dog!" No one could predict how the dog would respond. Daniel had never been fearful of dogs. He adored them since his first encounter at age 3. When his parents finally got him his dog, it wasn't what they expected, leading to a shift in Daniel's perspective on dogs. Daniel's dog, a prominent Newfoundland named Lucy, originally belonged to his grandma. When she could no longer care for Lucy, she entrusted her to Daniel's parents. Despite initial uncertainties about how well Lucy would adapt, she seamlessly integrated into their home, quickly becoming Daniel's inseparable companion. Their undeniable bond led Daniel to request Lucy's company at kindergarten. However, their story takes an unexpected turn when Daniel turns 4. Persuading his parents to take them hiking in the forest, Daniel and Lucy embarked on what seemed like a typical adventure. However, a sudden loud noise startled Lucy, causing her to bolt into the forest. Lucy vanished into the wilderness despite frantic efforts to find her, leaving Daniel and his family in distress. Daniel was heartbroken, and when they returned home, he would sit outside for hours calling Lucy. A few weeks turned into a month, and Daniel lost hope that his dog would find her way home. His parents tried to comfort him, but nothing made the boy feel better about losing his best friend. He blamed himself because he was the one holding the leash and wasn't strong enough to hold Lucy back when she was scared. If his father had held it, maybe Lucy would still be with them. Daniel's dwindling hope saw a glimmer of light one fateful day. While going home from school, distant barking caught his attention. Halting his steps, doubt lingered, but the sound persisted, drawing him closer. Tracking it to an alleyway, Daniel ventured forth, his heart racing as he braced for what lay ahead. But before we dive back into the tale, kindly show your support by liking this video to help us reach our goal of 5,000 likes, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As you might have guessed, Lucy was indeed in the alley. Daniel rushed to her and embraced her tightly, eliciting joyful licks from the pup. Studying her closely, Daniel sensed a subtle change, yet it eluded his grasp. Dismissing the feeling, he urged Lucy to accompany him home. Daniel's return with Lucy left his parents astounded, but a sudden realization struck his father. Hold on, is that really Lucy? The truth slowly dawned on them all. Something about the dog was different, but what could it be? The animal appeared slightly thinner, which was understandable after surviving on the streets for 3 months. They convinced themselves it was merely a trick of their minds and welcomed Lucy back with open arms. Yet, an undeniable change lingered. Life seemed to return to normalcy, but Lucy's behavior raised eyebrows. She exhibited peculiar habits, like frequent distractions and fixation on the window. Additionally, she displayed a knack for opening the back door and slipping away unnoticed. Daniel fretted over her potential disappearance again, while his parents speculated she might be hiding in the expansive backyard, obscured by bushes. Unbeknownst to them, Lucy has been venturing into the forest during her escapades. Life carried on this manner for a year until tragedy befell the family. Despite being aged when they first welcomed her, Lucy passed away at the age of 10. The family was shattered, with Daniel bearing the brunt of the loss. His beloved companion was now gone forever. Initially, Daniel coped with his grief by spending countless hours in the backyard, reminiscing about Lucy. Gradually, he began to engage in play once more, showing signs of improvement. Then, a pivotal moment occurred. Alone in the front yard, the boy accidentally launched the ball too forcefully, sending it careening off a nearby fence and down the sloping street. Annoyed, Daniel hurried after it, but a menacing growl froze him in his tracks as he reached for the runaway ball. A shiver ran down his spine as the growl morphed into a pained moan, signaling the animal's distress. Straightening up, Daniel found himself face to face with a massive dog bearing a striking resemblance to Lucy. Paralyzed with fear, he knew he had to act swiftly to prevent an attack. Summoning his courage, he puffed out his chest and bellowed, "Scram, you mangy mutt!" desperately attempting to scare the animal away. To his astonishment, the dog remained motionless, its gaze fixed on him unwaveringly. Slowly retreating, Daniel prepared to bolt back to safety. But just as he was poised to flee, the dog rolled onto its back, a silent plea for affection. It was as though the dog recognized him. Daniel's tension eased as he cautiously approached, noticing a detail that made his heart race. The dog bore the same soulful eyes as Lucy, a striking resemblance that left him breathless. Testing his theory, Daniel extended his hand to stroke the dog's head, which leaned into his touch, mirroring Lucy's familiar gesture. Overwhelmed with emotion, he realized this dog was indeed Lucy and finally returned to him. Tears of joy streamed down his face as he embraced his beloved companion again. Upon bringing the dog home, Tom's parents were taken aback by its uncanny resemblance to Lucy. Inquiring about its origins, they listened as Daniel recounted the encounter. Moved by their son's attachment to the dog, they consented to its stay, though they harbored doubts about its true identity. Despite their concerns about potentially upsetting Daniel, they created flyers to post around the neighborhood in case the dog belonged to someone else. They passed without responding to the flyers a week later, leaving Daniel's parents uncertain about the dog's true home. Concerned for the dog's well-being, the parents opted to take it to the vet for a thorough examination. Following the assessment, the vet remarked, "Physically, this dog bears a striking resemblance to Lucy, but we need to await the test results to confirm." Daniel told his parents he understood the dog wasn't Lucy, but cherished his new companion nonetheless. Later that day, he persuaded his parents to take the dog for a walk in the forest. They hadn't ventured there since Lucy's disappearance, but this time they proceeded cautiously. As they delved into the woods, the dog tugged on the leash, hinting at something ahead. After an hour of wandering, the dog guided them to a tree with a hollowed-out base. A makeshift nest of leaves and twigs lay beneath it, suggesting that it had been a makeshift home for an animal. Could this be Lucy? And might this be where she had resided all along? Daniel's parents were left speechless and interrupted by the ringing of the dad's phone, which saved them from the moment. It was the vet on the line, and when Daniel's dad answered, the doctor divulged something astonishing. "This is hard to fathom, but this dog's DNA matches Lucy's DNA," he stated. But how was this possible? It emerged that the dog was Lucy's offspring. She must have been pregnant when she fled, and when Daniel stumbled upon her in the alleyway, the pup had matured on her own. The mystery was finally unraveled. As one might expect, Daniel and the dog grew even closer. He christened her Lucy Jr. as a tribute to Lucy, and they matured side by side over the years. They embarked on countless adventures in the forest behind Daniel's home and enjoyed playful moments together. It seemed as though Lucy had imparted some of her affection for Daniel and the family onto her daughter, which explained why she recognized the boy on that fateful day in the street. The bond between Daniel and Lucy Jr. strengthened into an unbreakable connection. Despite strikingly resembling her mother, Lucy Jr. possessed a distinct and unique personality. The narrative reflects on the unwavering devotion and affection that dogs offer, particularly when they receive kindness and consideration. It also serves as evidence to the resilience of hope, reminding us that despite seemingly unsurmountable odds, there is always the possibility of positive outcomes. So, what are your thoughts on this story? How do you feel about Lucy and her daughter finding their way home? Please share your thoughts with us in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share and subscribe for more content. I'm Mickey V. Until next time, have a great day.